days. Cat's going nuts on me. Copy. Butter. All right, rock and roll. What's up, folks? How's it going? No. I never arrive late. I arrive precisely when I intend to arrive. What's up, Nixit? What's up, Dan, Beth, Goliath Cleric, William, Fred, Watusoa? What up? Sean? What's going on, guys? Quasms, Ed, what up? Ghost hoodie animation. My metagaming cheating video? Oh yeah, that's good. Neomia, 87. Reg. We'll just call you Reggie. Stephanie, hello. How's it going? Fire Knight, sup? Bianca, hello. An art project, cool. What are you doing? Are you constructing something? Is this a painting or a drawing? I'm always on time. Yes, absolutely. Ragnarok, what up? How you doing? Demented cooker? Like, have you been cooking stuff? Is it demented? Hey, my cup is precisely as full as I want it to be full as I want it. I put exactly the amount of coffee in it that I want to have in my coffee. Dawid, your group was canceled. That sucks, dude. I feel that crap. You guys, check this out. You're making a short film? Oh, nice. Yes. Cup of coffee. We have a hold on a second. It gets bigger too. just in case you want a close up. It's bigger. Oh, cool. I'm glad you like these streams, man. That's awesome. I paint minions on Wednesdays on my Twitch channel too. Link right there. Thanks, Dan. The mug. Yeah, like Wednesdays on Twitch, I paint minis. That's like what I do on Wednesdays. Just hang out for a few hours and paint minis. Dan, you're not sleeping. You need to do your job. That's what I'm paying you for. Wait a second. Actually, Dan, you pay me. Yeah, you're paying me and you're working your butt off as a moderator. You're a pretty cool guy, Dan. What's up, Witching Hour? How you doing? Grim Hollow? No, I never heard of that. A mug only stream? That's probably not gonna happen. I'm like, I'm supposed to be the famous one around here. Everybody just wants to look at my coffee mug. I can make entire videos just with the coffee mug, talking about D&D. I don't know anything about this Dragonlands lawsuit. Let's see what we can find out in 2 seconds. Dragonlands lawsuit. All right. Ooh, interesting. Polygon. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, this is very interesting. You know what? Is this new? When was this? October 19th. Oh, this is a new thing. Oh, cool. You know what? We might. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna read about this. I'll bring this up in a hot second, and we will just look at this on stream, and we will talk about this for a second. This is very interesting. Dragonlands authors sue Dungeons and Dragons publisher Wizards of the Coast. Oh, that is so interesting. Ooh, that sounds spicy. We're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at that. They canceled over the phone on Wise and Hickman. Who did? After they'd finished the first book. So wait a second. What do you mean? Well, I do. Well, here's the thing. That was the 19th. This came out on the 19th. So that came out on Monday. So literally, my weekly report, I get a weekly report from my assistant on Saturday mornings. So theoretically, her report would have included that. Canceled without cause in breach of contract. Ooh, sounds interesting. It's a pretty big it's a pretty huge lawsuit. Wizards of the Coast is involved in it now. Well, I would hope so. It says that they're suing Wizards of the Coast, so I'm sure that they're involved in it. I'm going to just give reports in VIP daily. Oh, there was a video on it too? Yeah, you can't post links. Really? Taking 20 did a video on it? Oh, I gotta go watch that. Oh man. Oh, JR22. Hey, what up, dude? Yeah, my Friday's pretty good. Not too bad. Got some work done this morning. Went to the gym. I watched. So I've taken the last few days off work, and I've done a lot of just watching Netflix and relaxing. Today I watched Moneyball, which is super interesting. And then yesterday and today I watched some World War II documentaries and stuff. So just relaxing. Really? Lawful masses? Interesting. I had a good day. A lot of work completed. Cool. That's awesome. Those are the best days, dude. Yeah. Moneyball was a great movie. Oh, I was tearing up a little bit at certain parts of that. Literally, I was like starting to tear up at certain parts of Moneyball. It was great. And the ending of it was super impactful to me when the guy was showing him that clip and he was like, he hit a he was like, this guy hit a home run and he didn't even realize it. Like, this guy was all like disappointed because he had tripped over first base and he was all down on himself, but it turned out he had actually hit a home run, you know? And that kind of resonated with me in a way, because I tend to be super hard and judgmental on myself. Even when I do, even when I am successful at something, I'll be like, oh, you should have done better, or you didn't, blah, 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 whatever. You know what I mean? And so that really resonated with me, like really hard. So yeah, it was really good. See, my coffee's getting cold already. This is why I don't put a whole bunch in my cup. All right, let's start this. Let's get this crap going. Oh, Squeaky, stop bothering me. My cat out here is bugging the crap out of me. Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome to the stream. I have cats all over the place bugging me, want attention. Tonight we are going to be hanging out for a couple hours. I'll be answering D&D questions. We'll just be talking about things, hanging out, you know, relaxing. Drop your questions in the chat. Make sure you do the whole hashtag question in all caps. So my moderators are going to be grabbing your questions, putting into a spreadsheet so I don't miss them theoretically, and then I'll answer your questions. So yeah, that's pretty much what we'll be doing for the next couple hours. And then after that, we're going to go over to my Twitch channel. Sorry. And we will be creating some villains together. And everything we create will be available on my website, thedmlair.com, for you guys to use for free in your own games. Lots of completely free resources over at my website, by the way. Entire D&D adventures, like magic items. There's tons of cool crap over there for free. So go check that crap out. Dan is just like, drop link, drop link, drop link, drop link. Well done. All right, I want to take a look at this lawsuit. Like, you could ask whatever questions you want, but I really want to take a look at this lawsuit. Hold on a second. We're gonna take a look at this. Okay, so Dragonlands authors sue Dungeons and Dragons publisher Wizards of the Coast. This is the first I've been watching this. I live in a box. My cat is bugging me. Authors Tracy Hickman and Margaret Weiss are suing Dungeons & Dragons publisher Wizard of the Coast for breach of contract. According to court documents, the pair were working on a... Like, I've heard of these people. Like, I've heard of them before. Which means a lot, because I don't know a whole lot. I live in a box. Oh, showing the whole article? Well, I'm not... No, I'm commenting on it. This is transformative. I'm full within my rights to look at this and talk about it and comment on it. It's fully transformative. So it's like fair use. According to court documents, the pair were working on a new trilogy of novels set in the Dragonlands universe, and at least one manuscript had received approval when the publisher pulled the plug on the project. Okay. Why? Why did they pull the plug? Like, what did they do? They're seeking damages in excess of $10 million? So that must be like... Why would it be $10 million? Is that because that's what they would have stood to make? Or they probably could have got a contract to do it with somebody else or something. And because they didn't, I don't know how that works. What's up, Isaiah? I'm not sad. I don't even know about it. I'm just reading about it right now. Expected profit? I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. And it's opportunity cost too. Because like they probably spent a lot of time getting this contract together with Wizards to write these books, like lots of time, you know, and they could have, you know, if they'd finished them, they would have made a bunch of money, but instead they got canceled on it. And that all that time was wasted that they spent trying to get this together, you know, and writing, you guys, writing a manuscript is a big deal. Like that takes a lot of effort, like lots of effort. You have no clue how much effort that is. So like to have it canceled, yeah, I could see seeking some money. Okay, blah 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 blah. History. They alleged that in 2017 they were approached by Wizards to write a new series of novels. So this is like 3 years ago. A license agreement. So they've been doing this for 3 years. I gotta sneeze. My cat Squeaky keeps bothering me. I'm gonna pick him up and bug him. So they've been working on this for 3 years. Is that what this means? And then there was an agreement with Del Rey Books too. One complete manuscript was completed and approved, while the draft for the second book was also completed. They had 2 out of the 3 books drafted. Holy crap. You guys, that is a substantial amount of work. That is amazing. Wow. Okay. That's a lot of work, you guys. That's crazy. For 2 authors, 2 super well-known authors is my understanding, because I've actually heard about them before, which means they must be pretty, you know, well-known. If I've heard about them, because I live in a box. Okay. The complaint alleges that the project was going well until early 2020, when Wizards was embroiled in a series of serious public relations issues with its 2 marquee franchises, Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering, as well as a high-profile claim of workplace hostility. Really? Does anybody know about that? What is that all about? I don't even know about these. What were their public relations issues? I don't even know about these. Are these a thing? I have not heard. Everybody's like, yep. Okay, I need to know about these. Can you guys like maybe drop these in the VIP channel on my Discord so I can like learn about this crap? This is crazy. Allegedly, it was racial and gender discrimination. Oh, it's interesting. Okay. Defendant was embroiled in a series of embarrassing public disputes whereby its non-Dragonlands publications were excoriated? Excoriated? What the heck does that mean? I don't know what that word means. That's too big of a word for me. For racism and sexism. Okay. It's not. Oh, okay. Okay. I'd be curious about the details of what they were charging. Moreover, the company itself was vilified by well-publicized allegations of misogyny, and racist hiring and employment practices by and with respect to the artists and employees unrelated to Dragonlands. Okay. So it's all unrelated to Dragonlands. Unrelated to Dragonlands, okay? Okay, so they're alleging that because of all that horse crap that Wizards was going through, they basically wanted to just cancel the Dragonlands project, is what it looks like. Okay, that's interesting. Well, that seems pretty silly. I mean, wouldn't it make more sense if they were trying to, like, you know, they didn't want to have all of these things that they were alleged of, they could just go to the two authors and be like, hey, yo, let's make sure the books you are writing are, like, not racist and all this kind of stuff. You know, like, wouldn't it be easier to just ask them to just go back through their books, which hadn't been published yet, and just make sure that they're legit, or, you know, they don't have those problems? You know what I mean? It seems like that would be easier. Than just canceling it, man. They probably wanted to drop the cost because they had to spend a ton of money dealing with other issues. Maybe. It could have been. Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, but that's not the author's problem. They had a contract. They had a contract, dude. Like, that's not their fault. Look, they're gonna fight. Squeal. Orange is licking his butt. Thank you, Orange. Well, Squeaky and Squirty Pie were about to have a little tussle, but it looks like they're done. And Orange is being obscene. Thank you, Orange, for... That's the wrong one. After multiple alterations... Oh, wait, it gets better. After multiple alterations and rewrites of the first book in the series were ordered and completed, on August 13, Wizards informed the authors that it would not be approving any more drafts. Wow. Wow. When challenged about the grounds for such determination, the lawsuit states Wizards' legal representative responded with the nonsensical statement, "We are not moving toward breach, but we will not approve any further drafts." What is that? You're filibustering it? You're filibustering it, really? What is that? That is so stupid. I'm gonna filibuster it. We're filibustering it. How dumb is that? It's like seriously, that is total some legal horse crap garbage. It's like, well, you know, we're not going to move toward breach. We're not really canceling anything. We're just not gonna do anything else. We're just gonna sit here on our butts and do nothing. So stupid. That's so stupid. These are idiots. This is like a typical stupid crap that a corporation does. It's so typical of a corporation to do something like this. I work for a big company. This is how they behave. They're idiots. All right. Wizards' refusal to continue approving content related to the Dragonlance license has effectively prevented Hickman and Weiss from publishing their work. Short-circuited any effort to, yep, got it. Okay, yep, you're done. Got it. As a result, they claim years of hard work, including story concept and outlines previously approved, now locked away from public view. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, they got screwed. They got the shaft, man. They got the hard shaft. You guys, like, I am not exaggerating. Like, I am a writer. That's what I do. I'm like a writer. I don't write novels. I write other stuff, okay? But writing a novel is like a serious undertaking. It is one of the most challenging, difficult things a writer can do. It is very, very hard and complicated, you know? And so to write 2 drafts, one gets approved and you're doing revisions on the other and then just cut off, that is like a dagger in the back, twisted, serrated, sharpened, hooked, and ripped out. Like, that's no joke. You know, that is like one of the sleaziest things you could possibly do to 2 presumably well-established authors, you know, with a legitimate contract that are probably half of the way done to finishing their project. Like, that is like so underhanded. Like, if you don't have serious cause, like, what the heck, dude? Like, I want to, what's the cause? Does anybody know? What was the actual, did they actually have a reason for doing it? Did they have a legitimate reason? Does anybody know if they had a legitimate reason for killing this project? Yeah, that's right. Wizard of the Coast owns the IP. They own they own the intellectual property of Dragonlands and all that stuff. So if they don't approve it, then the 2 authors, the Wise and Hickman, can't do anything. They're done. Yeah. They gave no cause. They never gave cause. Wow. They didn't have any real reason to breach, hence why they tried their underhanded method to get out of contract. They're so sleazy. Holy crap. They haven't made a formal response. Well, here's the thing. Here's the problem with formal responses, and part of this is Wizards is now going to be in a legal lawsuit and stuff. So like they have to be crazy careful what they say. If they say the wrong thing on record, it can come back and get them big time. So I can almost understand why they would just be like, zip, don't say anything. You know what I mean? But it sure it sure makes them look bad. It sure makes them look bad. It might help their legal case, but like the what do you want to call it? The PR hit is going to be severe. You know what I mean? And can you imagine the ramifications? What other authors? Can you imagine? Are other authors going to be inclined to sign with them after this? Like other serious authors know how big of a deal this is to have like half of your project done under contract and then just have the plug pulled for no reason. Like that message goes rippling throughout the author community, I am sure. And I'm not even part of that community. I'm just spitballing. It has to. And then you have other authors who are like, dude, I'm not gonna write anything for them. Dude, I could get my whole book written and then just pull the plug and I'm screwed. I get nothing. You know what I mean? So I don't know, dude. that is probably gonna have ramifications for them. Like, that'd be my guess. Any author big enough to make a contract deal with Wizard of the Coast will never work with them now. I mean, I wouldn't. Whew. Are you kidding me? They're messing with two of the most beloved authors in the fantasy knowledge. Yeah. Like, I even know their names. Like, I've said this many times. I even know who they, like, I kind of know who they are. I've heard of them. And if I've heard of them, that means that they're somebody. Because I live under a rock. I want to wait for the full story before judging. It's not like they walked away from money and incurred a lawsuit just because. Yeah, you know, that's a good point, Brad. And that's the problem here. We don't know the full story because Wizards won't say anything. And the chances are that Wizards won't say anything until the lawsuit is settled, because they're probably being dude, these guys have friggin' lawyers and crap, and I guarantee you their law team is like, you guys, look at this is what you can say. That's it. Don't say anything else. Anything else you say could come back to bite you. Just keep your mouth shut and let's figure out this lawsuit. Let's figure out the legal crap. And this is just something that happens, you know? So I guarantee you they're being advised by their lawyers not to say jack, and they're not because they want to win the lawsuit. You know what I mean? But yeah, but the problem with that is, of course, you don't know what their side of the story is. This is what happens a lot of time in the news, and a lot of these like crazy things that happen in the news where everybody's like, ah, but only one side is giving their story. The other side doesn't usually say a whole lot because legal reasons. And then finally the judge and jury and all this render their case, and you find out a lot of this legal, what do you call it? A lot of this, what the heck is it called? Evidence. You finally see some of the evidence that had never been revealed before because it was closed to the courts and stuff. And all you had seen were people's cell phones and testimonies of people on the streets and crap. But when you finally get the whole bit of evidence after the case has been decided, you're like, oh, that makes sense now. But the problem is that like only one side is telling the story and the other side isn't. And so you don't get the full story. So that is obviously part of the problem, you know. But that's probably not gonna, you might not hear anything else about this until it's all decided. Bam. Yes. Hasbro's probably telling them to hold close until the big business lawyers get on it. Yeah. Oh, they are fighting. Yeah, they're fighting. I mean, I don't. I'm like just looking at this right here. Oh wow. That's pretty much all that's in the article right here. And there's a link to the entire legal document, which I won't pretend to be smart enough to read and understand. So I think that kind of ends right there. Interesting, very interesting. Fight Club. Place your bets, boys. All right, cool. Well, that was interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, we don't really have a whole lot of information right now. And it even said on there that Polygon reached out to the author's lawyer, and they declined to give any more comment too. So yeah, nobody's really saying anything. You just know that, I mean, all we really know is that two big authors got screwed hard, and we don't know why. And Wizards isn't saying anything, and that makes them look really bad, like really bad. There's at least one lawyer who did a talk over the filing. Yeah, I'll have to look up some YouTube videos and see if there's anything else out there that people have said. All right, cool. Let's get back into the thing. Let's start doing your questions, Q&A. I'll start answering your questions now. I'd look at that though. That's really interesting. Of course, we don't know a whole lot. All right, I'm out of coffee too. Can Luke owe us push-ups when he's late? No. Have you seen enough about the Dragonlands lawsuit to have formed an opinion on it? No, I don't think anybody has. You should roll a d20 to decide whether your decisions succeed or fail. Like, I want a cup of coffee. 10. Crap, failed to make it. Could be a video. I don't know. With my luck, I feel like I'd probably not have enough coffee and the whole stream would fail. It would be like a big fail. Can a homebrew spell be based on an existing spell? Absolutely. In fact, that's not a bad way to do it. Start with something that's existing and then tweak it and modify it and stuff. I'm thinking taking counterspell as a base for redirection spell with more limitations and rules, like only working if you have the same spell. So okay, but there's a huge difference between counterspelling someone and redirecting their spell back at that person. I view that as way more powerful. So what's counterspell? Counterspell's level, is it level 3? I think it's level 3, right? Is that right? So like, to just cut somebody's spell off and be like, denied? I think it's 3. Can somebody verify? Is it 3 or 4? It's gotta be 3. I swear it's 3, right? Somebody's gotta know. Chat's gotta know. Somebody in chat knows what level counterspell is. Come on, chat. Help me out, chat. Don't leave me hanging. I look dumb. You're making me look dumb. Okay, thank you. 3. I'm making myself look dumb. Thank you. 3rd level spell. Awesome. That's what I thought it was. There's a huge difference between just like canceling somebody's spell and throwing it back at them. Like I would argue that throwing their spell back at them is not a 3rd level spell at that point. That's probably like a 4th or 5th maybe level spell. I don't know. I mean, I'm just spitballing here. I'd have to like really think about it hard when I'm not like under pressure and stuff. But like that's not a 3rd level spell anymore. That's a higher level spell for sure. And that's not. I feel you're not even really basing it on an existing spell at that point. You're like making a mirroring spell or a redirecting spell, whatever you want to call it. Ryan Bales, what's up? How you doing? You are behind. Tons of 3s rolling. Well, I didn't see them. I didn't see them until just a little bit ago, dude. If you got questions, please put hashtag all caps question in front of your questions so that we can see them. Dragon Spawn, you're late. Why are you late? It's okay, dude. It's all right. Don't worry about it. You don't have to justify your tardiness, by the way. I'm just messing with you. I'm doing well, Ryan. Thank you. Yeah. Reflection. I agree. That feels like 5th level or something, and gets a saving throw or something. Yeah. Ender Warlock, hello. Hype. Welcome, dude. This is your first stream, Ryan? Sweet, dude. That's awesome. What? This cat. He's such a loudmouth. He wants attention. I have 3 cats just camped out and waiting. Little guy. Come here, little guy. This guy is a loudmouth. Little guy. He's a little guy. Little one. No, they're waiting. They think they're gonna get a cat strike. They will later, probably later tonight, but not right now. No, quiet. He's so loud. Ghost Hoodie Animal or something, it got cut off. How could I create an atmosphere of mystery and suspense in a campaign where the players are supposed to discover and attempt to stop the awakening of powerful ancient beings? I feel like part of it is you just leave clues to that, dude. You have to just keep alluding to what's going on, and you leave clues here and there to, you know, the ultimate thing that's going on. So your players are going on adventures and they're encountering these guys that are doing this bad thing. It could be just bandits that did X, and they find something weird in their campsite or something, and they're like, what the heck is this thing? I don't know. Who knows what that is? And then they're going and doing some other thing, and then they find some other little weird mystery or clue. They might find like an ancient scroll with some writing on it that alludes to something that's going on. And then finally, what was it? There's like an awakening of a powerful being. You know, there could be stuff like, I don't know, earthquakes or something, and nobody can explain it. And then there's a fissure opens up, and somehow it has to do with the event of this ancient being waking up. You just have to put little things here and there, you know what I mean, that your players are going to come upon, and not every single one is meant to be understood by them. They're just like little weird things where they're like, where eventually as those things in aggregate, they start to think, what the heck is going on around here with all, we keep finding all of this stuff, you know? And then after they get to like level, I don't know, whatever, level 5 something, and they're just like, every adventure almost they go on, they're just finding this stuff happening, and they're just like, finally they're just like, okay, something's going on here. What the heck is going on? And then that it'll just start to feel more like, you know, you're alluding to this thing. It's more of a mystery. They have the suspense because, you know, this is what they do in movies. You know, they just dole out little clues that point you to what's going on, but they don't tell you, you know, until the final end, you know? So you gotta, I would just do stuff like that. And you have to figure out what those are, obviously. It'll involve your own creativity in figuring out the details of that. One of my players is going around Barovia saying he's in service of Strahd. He isn't. He did this to Strahd's spies. Where's the text wrap? I can't read the rest of it. What should a suitable punishment for his player receive from... Okay. I don't know. What do you think Strahd would do? What do you think Strahd would do? What do you think Strahd would do? Like the dude's going around saying he's in service of Strahd and he isn't. What do you think Strahd would do? How do you think Strahd would react? Would Strahd care? Would Strahd... I don't know. Like, this is a question of role-playing Strahd. I don't think I want to give you the answer. I want you to role-play Strahd. How do you think Strahd wants to toy with the characters? He wants to torment them. He wants to torture them. You know, he wants to test them to see how powerful they are. You know, so what would he do if somebody's going around saying this? Well, first of all, you know, much of the populace is terrified of Strahd. So the people of Barovia are probably going to be afraid of this person saying that he's serving Strahd. And therefore, if this person is saying he serves Strahd and he hangs out with the rest of these party members, the people are now going to be like, oh, this guy serves Strahd and he associates with they almost serve Strahd. We're not talking to them. We're afraid of them. That could have severe ramifications just in that game world, just with the populace of Barovia and Valaki and all the settlements and stuff. And then of course you're gonna have the Vistani who are gonna be like, really? You serve Strahd? They might have some things to say about that, and then you're gonna have to roleplay them, you know? So I don't think I'm gonna give you an answer to exactly what you should have happen. I think you should think about that yourself and figure out how you want to do that in your game, in your campaign. Oh, I had a super chat. Sorry. Luis Perez, what up? Thank you, sir, for the $5. Appreciate that. Did my second session. It went great. Thanks to you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't run the game session though, so I feel that you probably played the larger role in that game session. It probably went great thanks to you, dude. But I appreciate that. Had them fall through a floor in secret tunnels where giant spiders lived. Cool. They got web gauntlets. Nice, dude. They survived? They're supposed to die, right? I mean, they're supposed to fall and die, you know? That's awesome, dude. I'm glad to hear that went well, dude. That's awesome. I'm so out of coffee. Look at this. Is this sad? Is this sad or what? What's up, Felipe? How you doing, man? Greetings back to Brazil. Oh, you wanted more ideas? Well, maybe chat can brainstorm some ideas for you about what Strahd would do and stuff. I usually don't brainstorm ideas. That's kind of not what I do. I might help you to figure out like a process to do something on your own, but I usually don't like I don't like brainstorming specific ideas for like what you would do in a situation like that. Like that's not usually my thing. I usually like people to use their own creativity and figure that stuff out. And in all honesty, when I'm solving a problem like that, dude, like I need to think about it for a while. I need to be like brushing my teeth thinking about it. I need to be showering thinking about it. At the gym exercising and thinking about it. Like it takes me some time to formulate how I'm going to handle something like that in my games. So it's not something where I'm just going to be able to come with a boom, here's the answer in like 2 seconds. I can't. That's like creative stuff that takes time and thought, you know, and you got to like mull it over. And so like that would take me time, like serious thinking time to like come up with a really good, I got it. You know, it just, that's the way it works for me, you know? So I can't just come up with like super creative things on the fly very easily. That's really difficult. It takes time, that sort of thing. Have you ever tried WFRP? Well, I think that if you want to answer that question, the first step is going to be to define your acronym, because I have no idea what that stands for. I gotta get some more coffee. I'm back in a hot second. I'm just gonna grab some coffee really quick. Someone dropped the acronym for Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden in a stream the other day. And I was like, what? What the heck is that? And then they were like, Rime of the Frost Maiden. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Chicken Tender Lover, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay? I've never done that before. No, I don't know what that is. I know what Warhammer is, but I don't know what Fantasy Roleplay is. Hello, Squeaky. This guy's so annoying. All right. Are villain reversals? Hold on, let me blow this up a little bit. How do I zoom in on this? Squeaky, are you serious? There we go. This guy's gonna get picked on. You're gonna get picked on. He keeps bothering me. He wants to come up on my lap or something. Are villain reversals, ally betrays them and is found to be the one causing catastrophe, and the current villain becomes the enemy of an enemy, fun, or do too many hurt feelings or distrust? It depends on your group, dude. It depends on your group and how you want to run that out. I mean, it could be fun. It could work really well. I have a feeling that that sort of thing is much more fun in theory on paper in a Reddit story or a YouTube video than it is an actual play. That's one of those things where it's like the classic story of the necromancer who has 50 zombies, you know, and you're reading the Reddit post and they're just like, oh, it was awesome. You know what I mean? And everybody's like, oh, they're upvoting. It's like, yay. You know, and if you go to the actual game, everybody's just like, is your turn over yet? No. I got 15 more zombies to go. Okay. I'm gonna take a nap. You let me know when your turn's over so I can play the game, Mr. Necromancer. You know, like that's like the actual game. It's like the story is like, wee, and then the actual game is just everybody like falling asleep, or they're on their phones, they're on Facebook, or whatever you. Most people don't go on Facebook anymore. Whatever you do on your phones, you know. So I don't know. That might be fun. I've never really done that before, so I can't tell you. And you know, even if I have done it before, and even if I did it and it was amazing, it doesn't mean it would work well for you. You know, if I did it and it was horrible, it doesn't mean you'd have the same experience. You know what I mean? It depends on how you implement it. It depends on your group. It depends on your player and all of the details around it. You know what I mean? My suspicion is that's more of like a sounds good on paper rather than actual gameplay. But I don't know. I don't know. It might be fun. I don't know. Leon Berg, what up, dude? How you doing, man? Danny Lob, what up, dude? How you doing? Ragnark official says, what is the best to deal with players who's just like being rude? Like, I wanted to give elves in my... Okay, Squeaky. All right, come here. Come here, Squeaky. Come here, Squeaky. Quit bothering me. I'm dizzy now. Jeez. You're a butthead. He keeps bothering me. I was going to pick him up. Because he keeps coming up on my leg and going like this on my leg. He's staring at me now. Look at him. This is Squeaky. This is the guy that's bothering me right here. Yeah, this one. He's like, stop talking to all these people and give me attention, human. Such a butthead. And mommy's adorable. His mommy's adorable. Yeah. All right. Okay, so players being rude. I wanted to give elves in my homeworld horns, and he got all mad, even DM me being dead cheeky towards me. I don't know what cheeky means. But so he got upset because you wanted to give elves horns. Come on, get up here. You gonna jump up here or what, you big baby? Quit bothering me. I feel like, dude, if I wanted to do something like give elves horns and my player got upset and mad at me, I would just be like, dude, what's your problem? Like, why do you even care? It's my stinking game world, dude. Like, I'm running the game. If I want to have elves that have horns, I'm gonna have elves that have horns. If I want to have humans that have, like, I don't know, hooves, then I'm gonna have humans with hooves. Dude, it's my freaking game world. I can do what I want. I'm the dungeon master. I'm making up a game world. Like, this is a flavor thing. This isn't even like, I'm not even making a rule like critical fumbles or something that you could legitimately like have a good basis for like hating or not, you know, something like that. This is just like, it's like a player who's going to make a big deal over something that trivial. I feel like what are they appealing to? Well, you know, Tolkien would roll over in his grave if he knew you were giving elves horns. Like, what is he going to appeal to? Like, what rational reasoning is he going to appeal to say that that's a bad? That's just a matter of like whatever. Yeah, if a player were being like a jerkwad over something like that, I would probably just be like, dude, whatever. I'm doing what I want. You know, like this is my game world. This is how it's gonna be. If that's a problem for you, then like, I can't help you. I honestly have a feeling that a player like that would not last long in my game. I feel like that would probably be just one of the many things that he does that would eventually just get him shown the door. Because that seems like a super trivial, crazy thing to get worked up over. You know what I mean? It's like, really? This is the thing you're getting worked up over? Really? Yeah. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, I don't know. Is cheeky not used in the US? No, we don't use cheeky. I don't even know what that means. I mean, contextually, I kind of understand it, but not really. Yeah, it's so trivial. It's so trivial. It's so dumb. Yeah. The dude needs to argue about something important. If you were going to run a siege or mass combat, how would you do it? Mass combat, I would run narratively. Narratively. You just no mechanics, no game rules, no dice, really, just narratively. Let's run the big combat. And the players would be a crack strike team. They are super powerful. They're way more powerful than the average soldiers. They're not going to be fighting the frontline soldiers. The player group, the adventuring party is going to have specific objections in this battle or siege that they need to accomplish. You need to go do this, that, or the other. You know, if it's a siege, there is the general's command tent. You need to go like assassinate the general. If there's like siege engines, you need to go destroy the siege engines. There are some crypts underneath the castle and the enemy is getting in through the crypts. You need to go fight the enemy back and then seal off the crypts. So you give your adventuring party specific missions that are, you know, appropriate for them in this sort of situation. You don't have them fight on the front line and stuff. They are a very powerful squad of soldiers that you send. They're like the Navy SEALs and crap. You send them on very important missions that only they have the resources and tools to accomplish. You know what I mean? So that's how you approach those sorts of situations. You don't get them involved in like mass combat on the front lines and stuff. You give them specific objectives and missions to do that are going to support the larger war effort, the larger siege, and that sort of thing. If you do mass combat a lot in your game, then you might get a third-party rulebook that does mass combat. But if it's not something that comes up a lot in your games, if your game does not focus around the accumulation and fighting of armies and stuff, if that's not one of the central themes of your D&D game, it is not worth you getting a third-party book and mass combat. It's not worth your time learning new rule sets. Not just you as the dungeon master learning a new rule set, but all of your players learning new rule sets. You guys, some of my players have been playing 5th edition for years and still don't really know the rules that well. Do you know how successful or how hard it would be to get them to then learn, to try to get them to learn mass combat rules for something that's going to happen like once every year? It's not going to happen. So I'm not going to go through that effort. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my players' time. It's not worth the investment in a new rule book. You know what I'm saying? So I'm only going to buy a third-party supplement for mass combat rules if like that's a big part of our game and we're going to use it all the time. Otherwise, it's not worth it. What's the best way to get monster tokens? Should I create my own? Okay, so like this is it's almost like this was a plant. Okay, if you want monster tokens, like physical tokens that you can put on grid and minis, like right here, this is the way to do it. Tacticaltokens.com. I do giveaways of these tokens frequently on my live streams, which is the reason I actually have this scene here. This almost feels like this was a plant question and it wasn't. It's just very convenient. But if you want monster tokens, go to tacticaltokens.com and then that's where you get your tokens. Now, if you were referencing physical tokens, if you were referencing digital tokens, then you can go to an online token creator. Like, let me show you. Like there's a monster tokens right here. Is this the one? Token stamp 2. I think this is the one. Yeah, here's the one. So I'll drop a link to this in chat here. Basically, you can take any image, put it in here, and it will create a circular token for you. And then you can, use this in Roll20 or whatever virtual tabletop you use, Oh, really? Tactical Tokens website has a virtual token tool? Really? Let's check it out. tactical tokens. They have a virtual token tools. Token stamp tool. There you go. Boom. Okay, so it looks like you can use tactile tokens for all of your token needs. Physical tokens and digital tokens. But dang. Nice. So there we go. I'm gonna drop a link to that. You can go there too. You upload it, you tweak it, you enjoy it. Wow, that's cool. And you can change the color of the border and stuff. There you go. That's pretty easy. And this looks a lot more the last place I was like all had a bunch of crap on it. So yeah, I would use this, guys. Worst promoter ever. Hey Dan, be careful, Dan. I'll get a moderator to come after you or something. Yeah. I'm not a promoter, dude. I'm not a marketer or advertiser. I'm just a dude. Lethan, hello, how you doing? Forgotten Adventures has a lot of good tokens. Oh, cool. They have an ongoing project for making tokens for all D&D creatures. Interesting. I am for them frequently. Yeah, I am. I do talk about tactical tokens a lot. That's true. Luke sucks at sales. This is well established. Yeah, well, the thing is I'm not a sleazy salesman. Like, you're not going to get a well-polished sales pitch from me. I'm just going to be like, yep, this is good. Use it. I like this. Use it. Go buy this. This is awesome. You know, that's what you're going to get from me. Hero Forge, yay or nay? It's hands down the most expensive miniatures you will ever buy in your life. So if you have money and you absolutely must have a custom figurine for your PC who will die in a couple months anyway, then yes, go buy it. Otherwise, go to Reaper Bones and get a miniature for your PC that's pretty darn close to what you want for about between $3 and $5. And Reaper Bones are flexible, they are not brittle, so they will not break on you. Whereas I haven't tried. One of my buddies had a Hero Forge miniature once, and it seemed very brittle to me. I was terrified that it was gonna break. So I don't know if they're all like that, but that was my impression of that one. And so I'm just kind of like, ooh, for $30, ooh. My sword breaks off, I will not be happy. Yeah, the questions are being put into a sheet, but you just got to make sure you start your question with #question. Overpriced, yeah. Well, the thing is that Hero Forged offers a service. The service they offer to you is if you absolutely must be able to have a custom miniature that is just the way you want it, then here is our miniature service. Like, there are people that need to have the perfect, like, customized mini. Well, that is the niche they fill. They give you customized minis that are very expensive. That's their niche, you know? So if that's what you want, then that product is perfect for you. If you don't need to have a perfectly customized mini, then there are many other places you can get your minis from much cheaper. But if it's got to be customized, it's got to be just the way you envision your character being, well, then Hero Forge is the way to do that. Let's see. How do you handle player versus player insight or deception? I don't. I don't have my players roll insight or deception against each other. I'm not going to. They're allowed to role play their characters however they want. With regard to insight and deception and stuff like that. Now for something a little bit different, like if it's a sleight of hand or it's a stealth check or something, then maybe that's a little bit different perhaps. But I'm very cautious about crossing over into the player versus player thing. Like, I do not run player versus player games. I just straight up tell my players I do not allow PvP, period, end of story. So just don't even think about it.
Like the rogue's like, I'm gonna steal. No, you're not. You're not gonna steal from their player. But no, you're not. You're not. It's not happening. But we don't do that around here. Okay, there's no player versus player. I've found out. It was a few years ago, but I have learned over the course of DMing that not all groups are mature enough to handle player versus player stuff. And besides which, one of the fun things, one of the awesome things about Dungeons and Dragons that I love so much is that nobody is against each other. Everybody at the game table is playing together and having fun together. Now, you could argue that the players and the Dungeon Master is creating challenges for them and stuff, but a truly good Dungeon Master is going to present difficult challenges, but secretly hope the players win. That a truly, in my opinion, right, that is like the culmination of like the Dungeon Master is going to create a crazy challenge and they're going to do their best to beat the players, but the Dungeon Master wants the players to win. You know, he's on the player's side or she's on the player's side, you know, even though they're creating the challenges in the game. So the whole player versus player thing, now you have people who come to the game table thinking, oh, we're going to hang out and play D&D and have fun together. And now all of a sudden, like, you know, this other player and I are getting at it. You know, our characters are against each other, and there is a probability, higher or lower, depending upon the maturity of your players and how easily they are offended and crap like that, that they might take offense at it. That the one player might get upset that the other player is having his character do something against her character or something. So there is the chance there when you introduce PvP that people are going to get upset at the game table, like actual real life, I'm upset at you. There is a probability of that happening. It exists. And so I've just decided, for the sake of avoiding those situations and keeping my groups together for as long a time as possible, and for what it's worth, my campaigns don't fall apart. Like, players will move on from time to time. I get a replacement player, you know, but like they usually don't blow up. They have not to date blown up and just dissolved. You know what I mean? My games stay together for the long haul, for years and years and years and years, you know, and there are probably various variables and reasons that play into that. But I think that one of them is that I just don't do player versus player, and that avoids that sort of tension and drama and problem at the game table that can erode a gaming group and cause people to not want to play. So I don't know. That's why I do that. That is a huge flex. I'm not trying to flex. I'm simply, it's not a flex so much as these are my qualifications. like I can tell you from experience, this works. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's kind of like if I were a businessman, if I were a businessman and I were giving business advice, you would want to know that I were successful as a businessman before you follow my advice. If as a businessman, I'm an abject failure, you should not follow my advice. But if I am successful as a businessman, then that is my qualification for thus believing my advice. And so I might tell you that, hey, you know, this is what I've done as a businessman. I've grown this company. I had an IPO with this company. You know, I did these things and these things. You know, I led this like 300 team company, blah, blah, blah. I might tell you those things, and it's not necessarily a flex. It's just, these are my qualifications. This is why you should believe me. So I feel like it's more like that, you know what I mean, than like a flex. It's cool, dude. It's all good. Yeah, you're good, man. I'm just talking. I'm not holding your comment against you, dude. You're here just for that flexing. Dark Skull, what up? I will listen to the advice of people who are bad at their jobs. It gives me an insight into the thought process that leads to perform. But Goliath Cleric, that's for a entirely different purpose, right? Like, that's legit. What you're saying is accurate, but it's for an entirely different purpose. Like, you're gonna listen to those people talk, but not because you're gonna do what they do, because you know that they're failures. You want to learn what causes them to be bad at what they do. It's kind of like, I was in a Dungeons and Dragons game for quite some time. That was a horrible game. The Dungeon Master was horrible, and I stayed in that game with the express purpose of observing all of the horse crap he was doing, to see all these bad things that he was doing and how it made me feel as a player, with the purpose of not doing those things. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I kept going back to that game for quite some time, even after I knew that this is the worst game in the world. And then finally it exploded and nobody ever went back. All right. Oh, I'm way behind on questions. Wow. When are we going to Twitch? We'll go to Twitch at 8 o'clock, like 1 hour. Do you have any experience with adding additional gods of a similar pantheon in your campaigns? I've introduced another god of Law and Order with the events Helm and her are butting heads now. Do I have any experience with introducing similar gods? Yes, I do. I don't know if there was a follow-up question to that, but if there is, you just let me know, and I'll talk about it. I just got here. How long do you plan the question section to be? Oh, another hour. 1 more hour. We'll do questions for 1 more hour. Do you think you could store an animated undead within a bag of holding? Second secret question. Could you store living entities inside a bag of holding? It's a secret question. Ooh, ooh. All right, I don't know. Let's look at D&D Beyond and see what we got going on here. Okay, dismiss. Thank you. Goodbye. I don't even know what it says. Anytime I have some sort of dumb pop-up, it doesn't matter what it is. I just close it. Like, I don't even think about it. It's like, get off my screen. Goodbye. Go away. No. The answer is no. Go away. It could have been something cool. It could have been like free services for the rest of your life, and I'm just like, I don't know. Just go away. Stop popping up on my screen. Okay. I'm sorry. Bag of holding. I had to it's a mini rant. Sorry. It's a mini rant. Well, it shouldn't be over the search bar because I'm just going to dismiss it. Like, look at, they have all this real estate. Look at this. Do you guys see all of this real estate to the left and the right? This is where you put little announcements. Because then I'm not going to close it out of habit. I'm going to, oh, really? Oh, there you go. When you put the announcement over my search bar, I'm going to close it. They probably put it there intentionally to get your attention. But see, here's the thing, like my brain, we have been so trained that when something is in our way on the internet, our brains just look for the X. Where's the X? Something is in my way. Where's the X? I'm clicking the X. Where's the X? You don't even look at anything else. All you do is go for the X. It's like, we've just been trained, so it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I don't think it works anymore. All right. Bag of holding. So that's the dimension. That's what it can hold. It can hold that much weight and crap. Okay. Oh geez. Don't pierce it. Oh geez, if somebody pierces it from the inside, it goes into the astral plane. That's not good. Okay, so breathing creatures inside the bag can survive a number of minutes equal to, there you go. So that tells you exactly for breathing creatures. It sounds like you could put undead creatures in there without a problem because the undead don't have to breathe. So I would say in response to your question that you don't have any problem storing like undead in there. I would say you can probably get maybe 2 undead creatures in there because of the volume requirement and the poundage requirement as well. Or I should say limitations. That'd be my guess. My cats are running back and forth like maniacs. I don't know what they're doing. I want to do a fantasy sci-fi one-shot, but don't like Shadowrun. Is doing it with D&D or Cypher? Whoa. Well, yeah, Shadowrun is super confusing, and it's very complex. It's a very complex game. I've never played Shadowrun before, but my friend Joe has, and he has explained to me Shadowrun and how incredibly complex it is with all the mini games that are involved in it. And then he's explaining how complex it is, and then everybody's always just like, "Oh, I can't find anybody that runs Shadowrun. I want to play Shadowrun, but nobody will run the game." And I'm just like, "Well, there's probably a reason for that. It's super complex, and no dungeon I don't know if they call him in Shadowrun. It's probably not a dungeon master. It might be, I don't know, game master. The game masters are just like, I'm not running that game. That game is too hard to run. I don't know." I don't know if it would work with D&D or Cypher. You'd have to do a crap ton of homebrew or something. Unless, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would work, dude. The whole edgy lone wolf thing has put me off for the longest time. What do you mean, Jeffrey? Like, when players do that crap? Oh, I don't put up with that crap. Like my players have like 2 requirements. Like, what are you talking about, Jeffrey? I feel like I came in in the middle of a conversation. But like, I have like 2 requirements of my players when they create characters. 1, have a reason to go on adventures. Don't be a blacksmith. Like, okay, you roll up a character who wants to be a blacksmith. That's great. Okay, thank you. Now roll up another character who wants to go on adventures. Great, awesome. And then the second thing is have a character who wants to go on adventures with the group and stay with the group. Have a reason to be with the group. So yeah, the whole the edgelord who's like, you know, oh, I'm gonna go out in the fringes of civilization and be alone because I had some traumatic experiences when I was younger, and I just can't stand being around other people. They just put me on edge. I'm not sure what I would do, so I'm gonna go out and just, you know, wander the wildernesses and stuff. And the dungeon master's like, dude, but there's like other people at the game table, like, you know, we want to kind of play together. No, but this character I rolled up, you don't understand. He's got like this really deep personality, and he just can't be around other people. You know, he's got to go off and do his own thing. Dungeon master's like, dude, but like we're playing together. I'm not gonna run 2 games, one with everybody else and then one with you going off by yourself. No, you don't understand. This is like a really deep concept. I've actually been thinking about this for quite some time. No, you didn't. You read about it on Reddit and you got all excited about it. Okay, dude, can you just roll up a new character that will go on the adventures with everybody else and stay together as a group? Could you just do that? Well, yeah, how about you do that? All right. Yeah. Your edginess puts me on edge. I sound like Batman. Yeah, he's like he's like a deep delve into my psyche. He's like, oh, I'm so edgy. Oh yeah, just gonna go off by myself into the wilderness. Oh, and contemplate things. I think we got a new character for sketches. Oh man. I don't run special sessions for lone wolves. There's no way. There's no way. I don't do it. I'm like, I am not going to spend my time creating a special adventure just for you and then putting aside an extra session of time just for you because you decided you don't want to stick with the group. No, not happening. I will run the entire game for these guys, and then we will resolve in about 5 minutes at the end of the game session what you did while you were by yourself. What did you do? Oh, I went off to this one place. Okay, what happened there? Well, you know, I killed a bunch of goblins and wargs, and oh, that's great. Yeah, did you? Yeah, you were successful. That was awesome. Okay, cool. All right, guys, we'll see you at the next game session. Wait. Don't I get to play a little bit? Oh, no, you wandered off and were doing your own thing, dude. Why don't you just write me a summary of what you did while you were off doing your thing and just email it to me. It's good. You know, I'll read it and I'll get back to you about stuff. And then hopefully he never comes back. The Warlock returns. Was that his voice? The Warlock had no voice. The Warlock never had a voice. He never spoke. Wait, no, he did speak. The Warlock did speak. He did speak when he ceased becoming the Warlock and then became the Druid. He actually did speak. Yeah. What do you think about apocalyptic style campaigns? I designed a homebrew world for my next campaign and combines demon invasion, dragon invasion, Skyrim. I like your holy bit. Oh, that's a super generic question. I don't know what to say. What do I think about apocalyptic style campaigns? They could be lots of fun. I don't know what advice to give you. It's a super generic question. If you have a specific question, I can probably give more specific response. Is there a limit on legendary creatures that a party should face in a campaign? In an entire campaign? No, I don't think so. You can make an argument that in a specific encounter, you might only want to have one creature with legendary actions. I think that's reasonable. I like big fights with one big bad, but always making it a legendary creature feels unsatisfying. Well, then don't. You don't have to make it a legendary creature. You could just make it have a bunch of minions if you wanted to, but somehow you have to address action economy. Like, there is a reason that legendary actions, legendary resistances, all of those things were created. There is a reason for them. All right? Because solitary big bads all by them lonesomes usually die in 1 or 2 rounds when they get tag teamed, no matter what their CR is. All right. Usually they go down like rocks. They need action economy on their side, either through legendary actions or through minions. And I usually have legendary creatures with legendary actions and minions to boot. Balanced as well as I can, considering the limitations of the CR system in 5th edition. But yeah, if you just plop one big bad with no legendary actions in a room, watch him die very fast, that's going to be most probably a very unsatisfying battle. So you don't have to do it if you don't like it, but you need to come up with a solution that solves the problems that legendary actions are solving. And legendary resistances, by the way, oh, here's an Abishai. It's a blue Abishai. It's a CR 15. Holy crap! Banishment. And if it works, it's done. It's all over. One spell, monster, that could be the big bad of the whole campaign. Finished, over. Because failed his saving throw. Even with magic resistance, failed his saving throw. Banished, back to Avernus, first level of 9 hells, maintain your concentration for 1 minute. He does not come back. It's over. There's a reason legendary resistances exist in the game. And it's situations like that. So you gotta fix. If you're going to take out the fix to the problem, you need to put your own fix in place, I would say. Dawid says, what advice would you give to a DM who has DM a lot of pre-written but wants to write their own and has the basic layout but is stuck at adding more to it? So my advice to you is just keep doing it. Like, unstick yourself. Just keep writing it. Make an adventure. Like, yeah, just make an adventure, dude. You have to make your own adventure. And then have your players go on that adventure. I don't know what part you're stuck at, but you just have to force yourself to go forward, even if you feel like it's not satisfactory, even if you feel like it's not that good, even if you feel like it sucks. You have to push yourself forward and you have to do it and you have to get it done. You know, don't strive for perfection. You'll never hit it. Like you can't, I mean, you can strive for perfection, but you have to be okay with mediocrity, you know, as you're doing something for the first time. You have to be okay with it not being super great. And you have to realize too, that like we do these things as dungeon masters, as people, and we say, oh, it's not that good. But like, that's our perception of it. That's our own judgment of it. We don't know what other people think. We don't know what our players are going to think of it. Like, we could put something out there and we're just like, that's not that good. And then our players might be like, oh, that's awesome. Well, then that's all that really matters, you know. But you're never going to reach a level of skill or maturity with something if you don't just do it. You have to do it, and you have to be okay with not being very good at creating the first several adventures you create. You might create homebrew adventures for years before you actually figure out what you're doing and how to make them fun and interesting and stuff. Like, you can't expect yourself to be great right off the bat. You just got to get it done. You have to put that first one out there and have your players run it, and then learn and keep on going. But you can't get stuck. A lot of times we get stuck because we feel like it has to be perfect or it has to be just right. Or I can't get inspired. I can't get the right idea. Dude, That's how nothing gets accomplished in the world. Like if you don't just do it, you got to just execute it. You have to execute it. I think I'm almost out of coffee. Your cat is banning you from your computer by sleeping on it? Is he on your keyboard, Aaron? My keyboard slides under my desk, so it's hard for the cats to sleep on it. Execute order 66. Yeah, I have videos on how to prepare a game. I totally do. I have campaign creation videos and I have dungeon creation videos, adventure creation videos. Search on those things. I also have Dan or another moderator. Could you throw a link to the DM Lair streams, my second YouTube channel? I think it's just YouTube 2. Not that one. YouTube 2. I have faith. I have faith. YouTube 2. Come on. Hey, Danny! Holy crap! Hello! What's up, Danny? Good to see you. There we go. There you go. That's so my second YouTube channel, the DM Lair streams. We create adventures together, like every other week, and you can go over to that second YouTube channel, and I put those creation streams up there, and you can watch us create an adventure to get an idea of how we do it. So, good to see you, Danny. The boss hasn't noticed me. Stealth 100. I just wasn't looking at chat. I was looking at the spreadsheet. Luke, can you give me time? There is a delay. I'm like riding him hard. Like, hurry up, man. Let's go. Do you think Absorb Elements is a bit OP for a first level spell? Yeah, it might be. Like, yeah, it for sure might be. My reason for it being OP, I can absorb elemental attacks from attackers, including spells as a reaction, doing damage back. I don't think you can do damage back, not per the spell. But it is pretty powerful to be able to add resistance as a reaction to something. You can negate crap tons of damage with it. My players have used that to good effect. Is it OP or not? I don't know. I'd have to think about it and do some comparisons before I started to think whether it was OP or not. But it's certainly a powerful spell. Bianca, playing in the Forgotten Realms setting with first-time players and DM in a campaign. Goals and milestones in mind. Would it work, or is it better to run a pre-made campaigner module? Okay, hold on. First-time players and DM. Okay, so like, there's nothing. You could definitely make it work by doing homebrew, like creating your own adventures and stuff. I did that for years. Like when I first started DMing, I was creating my own adventures. I didn't use pre-made modules until a few years ago. So you could totally just do homebrew stuff. But if it's their first time doing it, and like as the dungeon master, you've never created adventures before, and you're just like, I don't even know how to do this. This is nuts. Then sure, run a pre-made module. It'll take a lot of the work off from it. It'll probably make your life a little bit easier. Maybe, you know, just pick something like Waterdeep Dragon Heist, maybe, you know, that's a little bit easier on everybody. Don't pick something crazy like Curse of Strahd, dude. You'll be like, you want to rip your head off if you try to run Curse of Strahd as a first time DM. Yes, you could also get Into the Fae, my Kickstarter that I just put out. Link below. Thank you, Dan or Danny. Let me see how long it's gonna take them. It's gonna count. We're just gonna wait. We're just gonna wait until we get that. Until we get that link. The pressure is mounting. Pressure is mounting. Where's that Kickstarter link? Where's the Kickstarter link? Oh no. Oh, I don't see it. He's boycotting it. He's like, I'm not gonna do it, Luke. I'm not gonna do it. There it is. There it is. That took quite a while, Dan. You're in Canada, right? What? the little guy is so loud. What is your problem? He's a loudmouth. That's what he does. When he wants attention, he just comes down here and he's like, meow, meow, meow. Little guy. He's so adorable. He's kind of skinny. He's pretty skinny, but he's got this big fluffy tail. It's like thick, you know, like his body feels thin compared to his thick tail. Oh man. Will we get a music video? No, I don't do music videos. Do you allow Rick and Morty and MLP? I don't know what MLP is. Rick and Morty, I don't know what that is. I mean, I've seen that on D&D Beyond. It's My Little Pony? Rick and Morty is My Little Pony?
No, MLP.
Oh, MLP is My Little Pony. Oh, my daughter she's stealing coffee from me and she just told me that MLP stands for My Little Pony. Thank you. Your cheesecake is amazing. I love it. Yes. Quit stealing my coffee. My daughter was making fun of me today because I have like probably about 8 bags of coffee under my coffee machine over there. And each one is a different flavor. Like I have multitude of different flavors depending on what I feel like drinking. And so today she was like, "Why do you have so much coffee?" And I was like, "What do you mean? They're all different flavors. It's like I want to have a selection to choose from, you know?" My Little Pony? No, I do not allow My Little Pony options in my games. No. Is that a thing? Can that not be a thing? Can we please not do that? Why is that a thing? Isn't there like some sort of My Little Pony board game or some crap? Didn't I see something like that? I swear I saw something like that on like D&D Beyond or where did I see that? No, I think that was on Wizards. I think that was on Wizards like website or something. Hold on. I swear that was like on Wizards website. I swear I saw something. Where's the D&D crap? Okay. You go to Wizards website and it's like D&D. Where's D&D? Okay, come on. Can you go to the D&D stuff? That's all I really care about. I swear there was like a My Little Pony crap around here. Visit the site. That's all I want to do. The Transformers site. Okay, Wizards of the Coast. I can't even find their website. Dungeons and Dragons. You guys can't even. I'm not even. Like, I should have been showing you my. Here we go. My cat is so loud. Is there? I swear I saw a My Little Pony thing in here. Wasn't there a My Little Pony? You guys, somebody help me. Where? Luke, you really, really, really do not want to go down this rabbit hole. You will lose faith in humanity. Critical Role once did an episode playing the game. Oh no! Ah! So Hasbro, who owns Wizards of the Coast, like forced them to do My Little Pony D&D or something. Like, how did that work out? Oh my word. Oh. Nice. Danny, well done. See, Danny, doesn't that make you feel good? Like, doesn't it just make you feel good? Like, you should come to more streams, Danny. You see, you get to time people out. Man, you might get to ban somebody. Imagine how much fun you'll have. Oh, I know you love banning people. You have no idea. Oh, I know. My Little Pony is cool. Gonna look up Transformers now. I'm misguiding people.
I feel like I am doing a disservice. I should have never brought this stuff up. How did we go down this rabbit hole? Wow. I don't know what Rick and Morty is. I mean, I've seen the source material. I don't own the book, but I don't know what it is. Is Wall of Force over a doorway an appropriate response to a party that insists on creating improvised explosives in game? I would say a more appropriate response is not doing improvised explosives. Like, how are they coming up with explosives? Did the dungeon master introduce gunpowder in the game? Probably that was the first mistake right there, was introducing gunpowder into the game. Because nothing good happens when players can use their 21st century knowledge and metagame the crap out of creating explosive devices, things that took hundreds of years for people, even after they had gunpowder, to figure out how to do. And we take our 21st century knowledge, metagame the crap out of things, and in 5 minutes develop an explosive grenade or something. You know, something that took those cultures and people in those times hundreds of years to perfect and figure out. And we do it like that because it's just pure metagaming. So I think the real solution is to remove gunpowder. If that was it, if that's the thing. I don't know. Fluffernutter? What the heck is that? My Little Pony is for everyone to enjoy. Wow. Goliath Cleric says, My Little Pony is meant for young children. It has no place at my game table. Goliath Cleric, you are my hero. Thank you, Goliath Cleric, for saying what should be implicitly understood by all people everywhere. Lucy, your cat's name is Lucy? Oh, nice. What color is she? Is she like... I'm envisioning like a big white fluffy cat for some reason. Fluffernutter is a great sandwich. Terrible explosive plan. It's a sandwich? I've never heard of this. Luke, friendship is magic. Clement, I don't know what the heck that is. Is that from My Little Pony or something? I've never watched that stuff. I have no idea. My Little Pony is entertaining enough when my daughter were into it. I didn't run screaming from the room when they were watching it. Oh, really? It wasn't that bad, Ed? I know, I'm out of coffee, man. Peanut butter and marshmallow fluff. Nah, I'll pass on that. I'll pass on that. What's up, Devin? I'm glad you're liking the stream, dude. That's pretty late. Wow. I think I'll pass on that sandwich. I love peanut butter. Marshmallows are like meh. I can do s'mores are good. S'mores are good. Got it. But marshmallows in general are just like big chunks of sugar. I don't know. So I don't know peanut butter and marshmallows if that would work for me. Do you think it's possible to have a druid build who doesn't want to wild shape? Well, Seaver, you certainly could, but you will be basically hacking your druid's build off at the knees and reducing potential power and abilities to a pile of rubble. He like yeah, if you don't use wild shape as a druid, then you're missing out on lots of your powers and abilities, which means you're going to be playing like a druid who is not at full strength. So if you want to do that, you could. You just have to be aware that you're not going to be working at full efficiency if you don't want to use your wild shape ever. Definitely go the land druid. I think it's called land druid, where you mostly get more spellcasting stuff, as opposed to the moon. I think the moon druid of the moon, I think is the one that has more wild shape stuff. Hasbro recently, oh my gosh, an RPG book called Tales of Equestria. Oh no. What advice do you have for getting the players to go on an Indiana Jones style adventure with little to no quest givers?
So your plot hook, like, it doesn't matter. You just have to have a different plot hook than a quest giver. So like, instead of a quest giver, you have some different way to give them the plot hook. Like somehow, here's the thing. To motivate your players to go on an adventure, to go on any adventure, you have to have a plot hook. And there are essentially two essential elements to a good plot hook. You need to have a reason for them to go there. They need to have like a motivating reason to go on it. Is there, what's in it for them? Like, what's in it for them? Like, why? Actually, that's the second thing. The first thing that's important for a plot hook is you have to explain to them what the thing is that they're doing. Like, it needs to be clear that, oh, there's this temple, we need to go into it and obtain this thing or something. Like, it needs to be clearly explained to them what it is they're supposed to do. That's the first part of a plot hook. Tell them what the thing is, what the adventure is, what the objective is, what the quest is, whatever. And the second important thing is what's in it for them. What are they going to get out of it? Is it doing the right thing? Is it saving the princess? Is it money? Is it cash? Is it fame and fortune? Is it renown? Sometimes it's a mixture of all of those things. But so instead of having, it doesn't matter whether it's Indiana Jones style adventure or whatever it happens to be. But if you don't want to have your good old fashioned NPC quest giver, then you need to develop or to give a plot hook that has those two elements in a different manner. It could be a letter that they find. It could be somehow in an object. I don't know. The easiest way to do plot hooks is to have an NPC quest giver, because it's very easy. Somebody comes and says, hey, here's the problem, and I'm going to give you money. Boom, you're done. But if you don't want to use that way of giving out a plot hook, then you got to just use your creativity and come up with a different way of delivering a plot hook. Oh, the purple brain paintings went. I'm not gonna dig them out right now. We'll be painting those again on Wednesday. You can come by and we'll be finishing them up on Wednesday over on Twitch. Chicken Tender Lover's back. Dude, what up? Good to see you back again. Generous Heel, hello, how you doing? What are you talking about, Danny? I live under a rock? What the heck? Look at this. Danny just comes into the stream and starts insulting me. Man. Dan, can you do something about this? Actually, her dragon is bigger than yours. Dan, do you see that? Danny's dragon is bigger than yours. Wow. Hers is like fully grown almost, and yours is still kind of like a hatchling. Mr. Goats, what's up, dude? Elf Zeppo, hello. Yes, I'm having a pretty good day right now. Thank you. Your dogs need to go on a walk, Aaron? Sweet. See you, dude. Hey, Luke, what is Pokemon? Squeaky, don't puke. Squeaky. Don't puke over there. Keep going, keep going. Yeah. Ease. My cat just puked all over the floor, like literally in the middle of the cat camera. I was trying to run him off to the side so that he would puke somewhere else, but instead he puked all over the floor on the cat camera. All right, hold on a second. I'm gonna answer the question. Okay, Pokemon, also known as Pocket Monsters in Japan, is a Japanese media franchise managed by the Pokemon Company, a company founded by Nintendo, Game Freak, and Creatures. The franchise was created by Satoshi Tajiri in 1995 and is centered on fictional creatures called Pokemon, which humans known as Pokemon trainers catch and train to battle each other for sport. Works within the franchise are set in the Pokemon universe. The English slogan for the franchise is "Gotta catch 'em all." You see, I know what Pokemon. I know what Pokemon is, and I just proved it to you. I gave you a bunch of information there that only someone well versed in Pokemon could give you. I'm gonna put an intermission screen up, and I'm gonna clean up some cat puke because it's literally on camera, and that's disgusting. So I apologize. I literally have to clean this up like right now. Insane.
No sé qué tú ves en mí, mi amor. Ya no dejes de mirarme, que ya me gusta quién soy. Contigo me siento en control. Eres el balance en este mundo poco humor. Se volvió ese chico que habló en mis canciones. Esas madrugadas y hermosas conversaciones. Se volvió ese chico que quería ver otra vez. Y me enamoré a volverlo a ver. Tú me ves como nadie más, bebé. Me diste alas para que vuele, pero motivos para quedarme. Tú me ves como nadie más, bebé. Tú me curas cuando más me duele. Sé que siempre has sabido amarme.
Eso era tortolito, no queda bien, bebé. Mejor de tus amigas diciendo que no ven. Que esto sea duradero, que sea algo sincero. Que un perro no cambia y eso es lo que es él. Pero tú lo viste, mi amor. Tú viste mi mejor versión. Tú hiciste lo que nadie quería. Serías para mis poesías. Siento que tú solo sabes. Chico comparte maldades. Pero sincero, verdadero, baby. Secreto que tú solo sabes. Momentos que siento reales. Yo lo prefiero que en un largo tiempo sea tu caballero.
Tú me ves como nadie más, bebé. Me diste alas para que vuele, pero motivos para quedarme. Tú me ves como nadie más, bebé. Tú me curas cuando más me duele. Sé que siempre has sabido amarme. Se volvió ese chico que habló en mis canciones. Esas madrugadas y hermosas conversaciones. Se volvió ese chico que quería ver otra vez. Y me enamoré a volverlo a ver. Tú me ves como
Well, that was fun.
nadie más, bebé. Me diste alas para que vuele, pero motivos para quedarme. Tú me ves
Yes. You saw everything. Yes, I washed my hands. I went upstairs and washed my hands.
como nadie más, bebé. Tú me curas cuando más me duele. Sé que siempre has
The intermission screen did not help Luke. Well, it would have been worse. I mean, what I could have done, I could have done this and like showed you every little bit of it. My cat's fine. His name is Squeaky, but we also call him Pukey. because, well, he and one of the other cats used to puke quite a bit, and they now have quite expensive cat food, which seems to help a lot. And so they don't puke very much at all anymore. But every so often, like when you have as many cats as I have, like you clean up puke, dude. That's just life. So today he decided to puke on stream right in the middle of one of the cameras. So gotta clean that crap up. What are you gonna do? How old am I? Oh. Well, I'll tell you what. I've been a dungeon master since high school, dude. That should give you all the information you need to determine my age. Yes. We also call him. I call him Pukey. Like, you know, not very often, but they don't puke that much anymore. What is all this? 40, and do I look like I'm 40 years old? Holy crap, dude. Do I look like I'm 40? Wow. And Orange, he deserves an X rating sometimes. He does. Orange is over there right now. He's literally getting ready to lick his belly. Orange. He's just staring at me. Stephanie says, how would you handle a player who was on the phone most of the session and then leaves an hour early? It really just depends on, like, does it happen every single game session, or did it happen one game session? Like, sometimes people have crap going on in real life and they have to deal with it, you know? So if it happens once, then I'm not worried about it, because it's like, this guy's been playing for a while, and then suddenly there's one game session where he's on his phone a whole lot. You know, I might ask him about it and be like, hey dude, I've noticed you're on your phone a lot. Is everything okay? Like, is something going on? Do you need to like go deal with something? You know? And he might be like, yeah, actually my mom is in the hospital and like blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, something could legitimately be going on. So if it's not a pattern, if it's not a habit, then I'm not concerned about it. If I have a player who's constantly on their phone the whole time and not really paying attention in something, then I would be strongly inclined to find a new player. Yeah. I once had a player who was literally playing. She was playing. It wasn't Candy Crush, but it was something similar to Candy Crush, like the whole game session. Like, I couldn't see what she was doing. I knew she had her phone out the whole time, and like she played the game, and then afterward, I was like, I asked one of the other players. I was like, you know, was she like on like, you know, looking up spells or something on an app or anything? And then the other player was like, no, dude, she was playing like Candy Crush the whole time. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, she never got invited back for another game. Yeah, that was her first and last time playing in that group. Like, okay, you're not getting invited back. Thank you. Thank you for playing the game. I've never played D&D. I was approached to DM for a group who has also never played. Okay. I've read and watched what I can. Any specific advice for the blind who will be leading the blind? Yeah, have fun. Do the best you can. That's all you can do. Have fun. Do the best you can. Run the best game you can. And just be like, hey guys, yo, I've never done this before. You've never done this before. So like, we're all going to be feeling this out together. And then you're going to learn as you go. You know, read the books, read the rules, watch YouTube videos and crap. You can watch other people playing Dungeons and Dragons to get an idea of how they play. I run Dungeons and Dragons. I run my Curse of Strahd group over on my Twitch channel every other week. And then all of our games go over to my second YouTube channel, the DM Lair streams. Thank you, Dan, for all those links. I appreciate that. So you can, yeah, just keep learning, do the best you can, dude. But just relax, remember? It's a game. The goal is to have fun, enjoy yourself, right? Try not to get stressed out too much, you know, just relax, just have fun, try to enjoy yourself, you know. That's my high level advice for that situation. Have I ever seen a PC with a sleepwalking problem? Nope, I have never seen that. That would be interesting. You're having a long rest? Yeah. So during the long rest, let's just call her Samantha. Samantha just gets up and walks out of camp. Do you stop her? I mean, she's probably got to go use the bathroom. No. Okay. Samantha never comes back from the long rest. Oh, crap. That could be fun. I now need to play a sleepwalking problem. Yeah, totally. Oh, you just started watching the Curse of Strahd videos? Cool. I'm glad you're liking those. Long Ron Von Huge and... Okay. That sounded like a name I shouldn't pronounce again. Just a disclaimer. If you're watching my Curse of Strahd videos, I now realize that I was eating without my microphone muted, and that grosses people out and stuff. I have since stopped doing that. So if you're hearing all of the crunching and stuff and you're just like, this is horrible, I agree. That was a bad decision on my part. And so I no longer do that. All right. So yeah, you live and you learn. But just a little disclaimer if you're watching those. I still get comments on those where people are like, "Arr!" And I'm just like, dude, I know. I don't do it anymore. Deep breath. Woosah. Popcorn is Luke fuel. He doesn't eat anything else ever. Oh, nice. Yes. Yes. Oh, are you kidding me? Can we just ban? Are you Danny, and are you guys allowed to ban? Oh, you did. You were hidden. Thank you. That should be it. Yeah, that's an auto hide. Yes, thank you. That's not, yeah, there's no timeout. That's an auto time. Goodbye, never come back. Thank you. Thank you for playing. You have lost. Hiding them. That's what you do. Hide them. Hiding them is the equivalent of banning. That's all you need to do. That's the perfect solution to that sort of thing. Thank you. What about games with gunpowder or like steampunk setting? What about them? I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do with that one. How do you organize your notes for your session and world? I run a homebrew campaign and I feel like I'm constantly struggling to keep everything in one area. Well, you are the one in control of the area. So like, if I want to keep everything in one area, I simply have all of the adventures and plot hooks point to that same area. And then my players are always... Yeah. Thank you for returning the coffee. Are you going to come over here and be on stream? Yeah. You know, Squeaky just puked right here. I had to clean it up on stream. I know. So like only give them plot hooks for that one area. That's the solution, you know? And then they'll just only go to that one area. So you're like in control of where they go in a way through the plot hooks that you give them. Now, if they ignore your plot hooks and they go off and do some random stuff, well, that's a different thing, obviously, you know, but like you can control at least where your plot hooks point them. And so you have some control over where they go, you know, depending upon how, you know, how much your players tend to go along with your plot hooks and how much they tend to just go off and do their own thing. Now, as far as like, there's whole levels of organization that I do. So like, I'll show you, we'll just take a quick look at my organization that I do. Stand by. Okay, so I'm gonna show you right now. This is my Ancient Dragon campaign, and this is the game session that we just had. So let me zoom in a little bit.
anybody who's in, if any of my Ancient Dragon players are here, you might want to not listen to this right now. So I have, these are notes from what happened in the last game session. And then this is actually, this will be blank. This will be blank. And then then once the game session ends, I'll fill in these notes. I keep track of a bunch of different stuff so that I understand, so that I remember what happened for next time. They're my quick little notes about what happened in the game session. I have a to-do list of different things I have to do. I have session planning. This is stuff that I'm planning to have happen in the game session. They actually didn't, like, they were going to create this adventure. They were going to do that adventure. Then they were going to take level 7. Then downtime would be necessary. And then this is the next adventure that they have already told me that they want to go on. And so I've already planned it out for them because they told me we're going on this one next. And so some high level planning. And then I keep track of lingering injuries. And then I have some future plot points, things that might be happening in the future based on things that they have done in the past. So these are just little things that I jot down to jog my memory. So this is like high level planning for a game session. This is very high level planning for a game session. Now, if you want to look at my actual, let me pull up my actual notes for this adventure that they're going on. Hold on a second. I'll show you my notes for this specific adventure. And this was more toes for my jar. Okay, so these are my specifics. These are the notes I made for this specific adventure right here. So I just, these are my own personal notes. I have the storyline. I have the basic high level storyline of what's going on. I have some locations. I have the main, this is the villain, some information about the villain. I have a couple of random encounters made in case I need them. And then I have an inciting action. The plot hook basically that's going to have happen. And then a couple notes around that. And then I have a map. And then each area of the map has some details about it so that I can run this for my group. So this is like very quick and easy planning. There's not a lot involved to this. I'm just making basic notes, typing. I did do some read aloud text. I made some read aloud text. Okay. Kind of to make my life easier and stuff, but yeah, this is pretty much what I will type up for an adventure that I run. So that's kind of what I do. What's up, Dire Halfling? How you doing? Danny needs to steal someone else's Wi-Fi. Yeah, Danny, what's going on? You need an upgrade. Oh, why are you leaving us? Why is she leaving us? All right. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, that's right. Questions. Whew. Recently, I've started watching your Curse of Strahd sessions. Can you explain your sanity system? Yeah. Let's take a look at that. So, D&D house rules, sanity points. So basically, and this is still, I'm still working on this. This has not been totally fleshed out yet. This is a work in progress. But basically, each PC starts with a pool of 100 sanity points. And then you lose sanity. When you drop to 0 hit points, you lose sanity. When you die, you lose sanity. And then attacks by undead that deal strength damage or reduce maximum hit points also make you lose sanity. There are different ways to recover sanity, which doesn't happen very often in the game. And then there are certain effects. When your sanity score is 75 or above, you have no effect. When your sanity score is 50 or above, between 50 and 75, you get a flaw. And I have not figured out what is going to happen when your sanity is, this area right here, I have not fleshed it out yet. So basically, the more insane you become, at 0, the PC is completely insane.
and under Strahd's control and becomes an NPC under the DM's control. Like, you just go completely insane. So that's the nuts and bolts of the sanity system. And it's still a work in progress. It's not fully fleshed out and stuff. So still, it's like play testing right now. How do I put a Rayquaza into my D&D campaign? I have no idea what that is. What CR would he be? I'm also thinking it'd be shiny and the one from Auras. I have no idea what any of those things are, dude. I don't know what those are. Sorry. Get coffee when you switch to Twitch. Oh man. Google it, Luke. Don't Rayquaza? I have to Google it. You want me to Google it? It's a Pokemon species. Well, was that your way? Was that your way to prove that I don't know what Pokemon is? That is so underhanded, Dan. It's so underhanded. Wow. That's so underhanded. Oh, okay, ladies and gentlemen. You only copied it? I don't know, Dan. I don't know, Dan. That seems underhanded. All right, guys, we are going to, this is the point in the stream where we head over to Twitch and we're going to continue streaming, but we're going to create villains together. So that is the rest of tonight, creating D&D villains together, but we're going to do it over on my Twitch channel. So there is a link to my wonderful Twitch channel kicking around here. Thank you, moderators. And I didn't get to all your questions. I apologize. I stream 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I have 2 streams over on Twitch, Mondays and Wednesdays. You can come by over there on those days and I'll answer questions too, hang out, chat, stuff like that. And yeah, so yeah, that's the deal. We're leaving now. I'm leaving. We're going to Twitch. See you over there. Bye guys, or I'll see you on Twitch. It'll take me about 5 minutes and I'll be over there.